The video captures a serious construction accident involving two workers performing elevated work and manipulating large structural components. The footage shows the workers interacting with the metal structure high above the ground. Suddenly, a section of the steel framework nearby unexpectedly collapses and falls, striking one of the workers. The impact violently drags the worker down, causing them to fall from the elevated height to the ground. This incident serves as a critical warning that mandatory, rigorous structural integrity checks and shoring must be performed on all elevated frameworks before materials are manipulated. It emphasizes the absolute necessity of strictly enforcing the use of fall protection systems, harnesses and lifelines, and maintaining safe distances from any components that show signs of instability or are actively being dismantled. The video captures a severe construction accident where a section of scaffolding, being pushed for relocation with a worker on it, suddenly snagged, lost stability, and violently collapsed. The worker was thrown from the elevated height and impacted the ground. This incident is a critical warning. Scaffolding must never be moved while occupied. It emphasizes the absolute necessity of disassembling and rebuilding scaffolding for relocation, inspecting the movement path for obstructions, and rigorously enforcing fall protection harnesses for all work performed at height to prevent catastrophic falls. The video captures a severe accident during outdoor construction or industrial work where a worker was performing a task, possibly welding or inspection, on an elevated concrete containment vessel or similar tank. The footage shows the worker climbing or standing on a ladder secured to the vessel. Suddenly, the entire large container or vessel begins to rotate uncontrollably because it was not properly secured or stabilized. The sudden, violent rotation causes the worker to lose their footing and fall from the elevated height to the ground. This incident serves as a critical warning that mandatory stabilization is absolutely essential for any load or vessel that a worker will climb or stand on. It emphasizes the non-negotiable requirement for rigorous inspection of all securing points and enforcing the use of personal fall arrest systems for all work performed at height to prevent catastrophic falls from unstable structures. The video captures a severe industrial accident involving a lathe machine in a workshop setting. The footage shows a worker operating or moving near the machine's rapidly spinning, rotating components. Due to a critical failure in safety protocols, the worker's loose clothing or an unsecured item suddenly contacts the rotating part. The high-speed rotation causes an immediate and violent entanglement, forcefully pulling the worker toward the machine. This incident results in a severe crush and entanglement injury to the individual. This event serves as a crucial warning that mandatory rules strictly prohibiting loose clothing, jewelry, and long hair near rotating machinery must be rigorously enforced. It emphasizes the absolute necessity of always using appropriate safety guards and maintaining a safe standoff distance from all moving parts on a lathe to prevent catastrophic entanglement and crush injuries. The video captures a severe industrial accident involving two forklifts attempting to transport two long, heavy steel beams or components. The footage shows the forklifts moving in tandem, sharing the massive load. Due to the extreme weight of the beams and a loss of control, the momentum and pushing force from the trailing forklift overwhelmed the leading forklift. The uncontrolled forces caused the leading forklift to lose stability and violently overturn. This incident serves as a critical warning that mandatory, controlled speed, coordinated movement, and strict adherence to load capacity limits are essential, especially when using multiple machines for a single load. It emphasizes the absolute necessity of using specialized lifting equipment designed for long, heavy loads and prohibiting uncoordinated pushing with forklifts to prevent catastrophic equipment overturns and crush hazards. The video documents a severe industrial accident involving the loading or unloading of a heavy item using a truck's hydraulic tail lift. The footage shows a group of workers attempting to maneuver a large, heavy wheeled or cylindrical object onto the raised platform. Due to insufficient personnel to stabilize the weight and improper tail lift usage, the heavy object suddenly slips off the platform and drops forcefully to the ground. This incident created an extreme crush and impact hazard for the workers and anyone nearby. This event serves as a critical warning that mandatory safety protocols require adequate personnel to secure and guide heavy loads throughout the entire lifting process, and prohibit standing directly beneath or within the potential path of a falling load. It emphasizes the absolute necessity of always using appropriate chocks, straps, or restraints to ensure the load remains completely immobilized during elevation and descent. The video captures a severe industrial accident inside a workshop where two workers were closely examining machinery. The footage shows the two workers standing in close proximity to a piece of industrial equipment, possibly performing an inspection or check. Suddenly, there is a large, unexpected explosion or forceful rupture from the machine. The force of the blast violently impacts both workers, exposing them to severe concussive and impact hazards. This incident serves as a critical warning that mandatory isolation and depressurization, de-energization procedures must be rigorously followed before approaching or inspecting machinery that could contain stored energy or volatile materials. It emphasizes the absolute necessity of maintaining a safe standoff distance and wearing appropriate personal protective equipment, PPE, especially eye and hearing protection, to mitigate the risks associated with catastrophic equipment failure. The video captures a serious industrial accident during elevated work using a straight ladder. The footage shows a worker climbing or descending the ladder. Because the ladder was not properly secured at its base and top, it suddenly slides out and collapses away from the supporting structure. The worker falls forcefully from a significant height to the ground along with the ladder, creating a severe impact hazard. This incident serves as a critical warning that mandatory ladder setup requires a safe angle, 4:1 ratio, and the ladder must be firmly secured at both the top and base to prevent slipping. It emphasizes the absolute necessity of always maintaining 3 points of contact on the ladder and using a personal fall arrest system when performing work at height to prevent catastrophic falls. The video captures a severe construction site accident where a group of workers was attempting to relocate a tall, assembled section of scaffolding. The footage shows the workers moving the elevated structure to a new position. Suddenly, during the relocation, the scaffolding loses stability and completely collapses, falling to the ground. The falling structure violently impacts two workers who were in the immediate vicinity. This incident serves as a critical warning that mandatory scaffolding safety protocols require the structure to be fully dismantled and reassembled rather than moved while standing. It emphasizes the absolute necessity of rigorous adherence to structural stability procedures, inspecting the ground path for unevenness, and strictly enforcing exclusion zones around any unstable or tall structures to prevent catastrophic crush and impact injuries. The video captures a severe accident in a warehouse environment involving a forklift operation. The footage shows a forklift operator moving or raising material that appears to be unsecured or lifted excessively high. Suddenly, the load destabilizes, slips, or falls from the forklift, then collides forcefully with the storage racking system. The powerful impact triggers a widespread cascading collapse of the racks, sending large amounts of product and material crashing to the floor. This created a serious crush and impact hazard in the work area. This event serves as a crucial warning. Mandatory load securement and adherence to safe lifting procedures are essential for maintaining stability. It emphasizes the absolute necessity of strictly inspecting racking integrity and always traveling with loads low to the ground to prevent catastrophic collisions and warehouse collapses.